Canada has its first presumptive case of coronavirus discovered right here in Toronto, with officials saying the risk to Canadians remains low. Earlier today, we asked you what questions you had about this virus and took them to an emergency room physician who was around during the SARS outbreak. Twitter user is asking, should I avoid using public transit these days?
I don't think we're at that stage yet. I certainly think the vast majority of people on public transit are just fine. They don't have this virus. It's very unlikely that they're going to have this virus. Your greater risk using public transit this time of year, to be honest, is that you're going to get the flu, and most of the time you'll get the flu because you put your hands on one of the pole in a subway car that somebody with the flu touched, and you get the flu. So.
Is it inevitable to contract the new virus if it's airborne, so once a person coughs or sneezes?
It's definitely not inevitable, and this goes back to our previous discussion about infectivity rates of different viruses. So if we were talking about something like measles, which I mentioned before, which is probably one of the most infectious viruses out there, if you're not vaccinated and you're in a room with someone with measles who is symptomatic, it is pretty much inevitable that you will get measles. We don't know that yet about this virus. So maybe it has the same level of infectivity as measles, and if you are in a room with somebody who's coughing, it's pretty inevitable that you're going to get it. Maybe it's only 10% chance that you're going to get it. We don't know. The other thing that I mentioned before is that we also don't know if you getting infected means it's inevitable that you're going to have any symptoms at all or serious symptoms. So there's a very good chance that you could be in the room with somebody who has this illness. You could get infected and you may have no symptoms at all, because we just don't know what percentage of people who are infected actually even get sick. So the answer here is that there's much more that we don't know than what we do know. But I certainly don't think anything is inevitable at this point in time, and it's certainly not inevitable that this is going to be an outbreak or inevitable that you will get sick if you're exposed.
Now, there are many more questions viewers asked. You can find this full video on our website, citynews.ca.